that's an issue. So the Tedeschi trucks.
Oh yeah, well they're suddenly I've got a Coca-Cola in my hand. Coke out there, Coke out there, Coke. That's a Ray Charles commercial. You remember that in the 70s? But they were talking about, did we hear them or read it?
It was an interview that we read.
That's what it was. But they were talking about there were a lot of guitars on Thorn Tree, and they recorded it, okay, with a lot of guitars on it. But and she was singing it. But on Layla album, that's me singing, and there aren't but two guitars and a dobro, and Dwayne playing doo harmonic He's playing little harmonics all the way through it, and except at the end he goes da 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 with his slide. That's the only time. And Eric was playing one guitar, and I was tuned to an open E, and he was playing chords around my open E and what I was playing. So it was really got it rolling and sounded like there was more going on than there really was.
Well, can you, for people who haven't actually heard the video that we've done before, we've done a couple probably.
No, I didn't do that in open E. I'm sorry.
D.
It was in D, yes. But I put a capo on it.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one thing I hadn't known before. But anyway, so describe the setup in the studio, please.
Oh, it was real simple. Eric, I was on a stool right here. There was one mic in the middle of the room like this. We made a little circle, kind of like you and me here. But it was even tighter than you and me here. Because Eric was right here. I mean, I could reach out and touch his guitar. And Dwayne was right here, and I could reach out and touch him. So, I mean, we were real close, and one mic. And we started to play. Tom stopped it and came out and moved the mic just a bit.
Yes, but wasn't Carl and Jim there?
Yeah, it's Carl and Jim as well. But
you have to mention.
I'm talking about the guitars.
Yeah, but I mean, explain who was.
Oh, the whole setup. Yeah. Well, Carl had the amp. Carl's electric bass. The amp was in the back side of the room and covered it up, you know. Right. Deadened it to where we could keep it acoustic. But Carl was playing a pedal D on it, and Jim was playing like little triangles and stuff. So.
So he had like a table with a bunch of little things on it?
Yeah, he always did, and used a little of this and a little of that.
No overdubs, that's what
No overdubs. But Tom came out one time and adjusted the positioning of the mic. But we're talking about moved it an inch or 2 inches. And he said, "All right, fellas." He called us all fellas. Probably good with that, because we could have been called a whole lot worse with the way we were behaving. But we kept everything together until after the sessions, and then we got rowdy and had fun and everything like that. But yeah, you can hear there's all that talk about all that nonsense going down during the session. That's not true. And a lot of it happened encompassed in that time. But when we recorded, everybody had it together,
So this was the last song that you recorded.
Yeah.
Did you?
Eric said it. He said, "Bobby, he said we got room for one more song." He said, "Why don't we do Thorn Tree?" And I said, "That's great." And then I was saying, we could close the album, with it.
So that's the part that you were insistent upon.
Yeah.
The record.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, when you do something live, you can't really follow a record one after another. It's difficult to do that. That's why they didn't do that on their live thing.
Yeah. But they played it. They played our version,
Right.
At the close of their show. I'm flattered by all of it,
People when they were leaving.
Yeah. They were listening to Thorn Tree. I don't know if they were leaving or if they just sat there and waited for
No, they were leaving. That was their walking.
Well, there were thousands of them leaving then. Walking out on me as I sang.
I hope so. Anyway, there's so many things that I was going to ask you in regards to this. When you recorded this last, it was the last thing that you did
Yeah.
all together. So was it the only song that you recorded the last day, the last recording, or was there something prior to
No, that was we just did Thorn Tree because Eric had ordered some guitars and brought them in. And we spent time going through, looking at these guitars and examining them and stuff. And yeah, he had a big orange guitar, and but no, that was, if memory served me well, and it generally does. Well, it was just Thorn Tree that day. It was the last day, the very last day.
And apparently you had done 2 takes on
Yeah, we did 2 takes on it,
yeah.
and well,
So when that all wrapped up, do you recall what happened when you finished everything?
we went back to the hotel and partied, and
I mean, knowing
did an all-nighter and took photos and everything like that. And
is that where the photo came with you and Dwayne and Dwayne and Eric?
yeah, I took that in Eric's room, but yeah, it was, and we were on tour. That was we started our tour after that. We played in Tampa or someplace, and then went to. We had worked up and recorded. It's Too Late to get on. It was as a demo. That was really a demo to get us on the Johnny Cash show, because they didn't accept anybody that wasn't country. You know, they brought Bob Dylan on. They considered him country, but folk country. So we you know, we cut It's Too Late and submitted it as a demonstration record.
I wonder what happened to that little tape.
They used it. It's on the album. That's
What?
It's Too Late. She's Gone.
Oh, that's the recording that you sent to the Johnny Cash?
Yeah.
Oh, duh.
That was our demo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't going to be on the record.
No.
So
I didn't know it.
It's Too Late. You guys deliberately cut that just to send it to Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
There was no plan on it being on the record.
No, hell no. We hadn't planned on doing a country song.
Well, it's fantastic because I never knew that before, and I don't think anyone else knows it either.
Oh no, they just added that one because that was one song that we did. You know, that was one. It turned out to be one of the songs we did. I didn't know it was going to be on the album, but you know, it's all right. You know.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that people get wrong when it comes to your songs. So Eric wasn't real prone to writing in open tunings.
No.
That was more your thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what songs are in open tuning that you can recall?
Oh.
Any Day.
Well, Any Day. Yeah,
Thorn
but
Tree.
that's where it's not a complete open E or anything, but it's a tuned down
Drop D.
Drop D to do a D, and
right.
then I put a capo on it to bring it back up.
And then Tell the Truth is in.
Well, that was an open E.
Right.
Open E on Tell the Truth.
Tree.
And Any Day, but Eric's playing guitar slide on Any Day.
Yeah.
You know, most people don't know that. He's a great slide player. Yeah. But he played in standard tuning.
Right.
All right, he played it in standard tuning. Pretty amazing.
Wayne was playing in like open E.
Yeah, but Eric couldn't do the same thing, and you wouldn't know that it wasn't an open E.
Right.
You know, I remember they was talking about it when, you know.
So let me ask you, if you were playing in open tunings and Eric really didn't do that so much, how did you write those songs together? Like, how did you work that out? Did he tune down to the?
No, he would just play whatever he wanted.
So like on Any Day, you drop the E to a D.
Yeah.
And then the E.
And he didn't turn his down to play slide either. It's like he just played
So you're the only one that was playing in those different tunings. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, because I wrote them in the funny tunings. You know, but
Okay, well,
he would play. He played his.
so there's another question I have. So you can really tell the songs that you were part of because they had the sort of strange tunings.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
They still have strange tunings.
Well, yeah, because he was playing in a regular tuning.
Yeah,
You weren't.
well, the same thing when he and Dwayne were playing together, is because it made it that much more full.
Right.
All right. I mean, and it only stands to reason. It makes good sense. You know that open key.
Okay,
You know,
so Dwayne played on which songs? He played.
I don't remember off the
Okay.
top of my head. You know.
After the third one.
You know,
Okay.
but.
But was he in an open tuning when you were playing
Yeah,
D?
yeah, he was in an open tuning.
God, so you had three different tunings going on.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that would have changed the everything.
yeah, yeah,
That's what helped to make this incredible sound that you had.
yeah,
You see, because that's very unusual.
yeah.
Wow.
One in standard and mine with a open, D modal dropped and then put a capo on it to move the back up, and Dwayne was playing in a open E.
And then you had the high E, top E up to an F sharp on any day.
On any day.
Yes.
Yeah, that was an open D.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
You know, and it boom boom doodle boom.
That's
That's
another
open
thing.
D.
That's another thing that the Derek trucks still hasn't done correctly. Even when you play.
No, they go dot dot dot. It's not dot dot dot. It's dot 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 dot. Yeah, they skipped.
You try to explain that to him, but
They didn't want to hear it. They thought we brought loaded banana nut bread to them. You know, got them some banana nut. You made up banana nut bread. They thought we had loaded it up or something and tossed it. You know.
I don't know.
God damn.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll go figure, you know.
I don't know. What are you gonna say?
Children these days.
But anyway, so it's nice. There's so much more in there when you start sort of digging around.
Yeah, when you.
We've never talked about all that.
And it made it sonically correct, and in that it filled it. It filled it from
So beautiful.
E to E, you know. It filled it.
What about I Am Yours? Did you have that in a different tuning, or was that just Eric?
That's Eric's thing, but
Well, I know it was his song, but I mean, tuning wise, was that?
he's in standard tuning,
Did
and
you play on it though?
yeah, I played organ.
Okay.
And all that real beautiful stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But that's my forte. Put me behind the Hammond, it's on, you know.
Yeah.
And Dwayne he played slide on that as well.
Yeah. Well, what did you think of that when you first heard it?
Oh, I loved it.
Song.
I loved everything we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything, including, you know, It's Too Late. But I didn't know that they'd planned on putting it on the record.
Never heard.
But yeah, I thought it was just a demo. You know, we didn't want many country songs, you know.
But then you ended up on who's the one that thought of the Johnny Cash show?
Well, we were starting our tour right after we got through recording. I mean, we didn't go back to England. We started our tour, and we were ahead of the album. You know, we were out on the road. So some places they didn't, like in Minneapolis, they didn't know who the hell we were. You know,
Right.
there were about 250 people in the audience, and we just let them all have it. You know, but that's when we went on the road right after that, you know, and the record didn't even come out until we were already toured.
How long were you out on the road?
I don't know, about a month and a half or 2 months. And it finally kicked in. People knew who we were, you know.
Right.
The Fillmore was full, that's for sure. But there were a couple of venues, you know, Get on with it, you know.
Wasn't that part of the beauty of the whole thing, was that you played these small places and nobody really knew?
That's it. When we started the band in England, we £1 every ticket was only £1, and it was Derek and the Dominoes, and we didn't say featuring it, you know, and all of that stuff, you know.
Right.
So we were just throwing it out there, you know.
But that's what Eric wanted as well.
Yeah,
wasn't
getting
it?
tight in clubs, but he had the connection to put it into a larger field, you know,
Right.
larger scope. His vision was right, and he went about doing what we did right. He did everything correctly. You know, he had a team of people making it right for him. You know, Robert Stigwood organization, real thorough, real powerful, and like Eric told me, that Robert was a visionary. You know, he's not around anymore, but and he was. You know, Saturday Night Fever and all these different things, and uh, he owned about 8 theaters in London, and so a pretty influential man.
Right.
So other stories, another time, you know. But
Well, I think you've exhausted that.
oh yeah, well, I don't know, you know. Right time, right place, and I was there, prepared, you know. And when that thing happened, you know, I was as much of it as Eric was, you know, or Carl and Jim. God rest their souls, you know. Yeah, as a matter of fact, Eric and I are the only ones around.
Yeah, well, that's Jim and Robbie Robertson and
Yeah, they're getting older.
who else was there just the other day?
Well, leave on. I
Anyway.
mean, there's a lot of folks that passed away. Carl, and that was unnecessary, you know. But that happens, you know.
Well, you go when you go.
Yeah, we're all gonna go, you know, one way or the other. Sometime when it's your time, you're
You never
gone.
met Robbie Robertson, though, did you?
No, I've never. Well, I met everybody, but
Right.
I never sat down and talked to him. I didn't become friends with like I was with Levon and
Right.
stuff,
You
you
were
know.
friends with Levon and Rick Danko.
Rick Danko, spent some time with him.
Didn't you do some shows with Rick?
Yeah, well, but no, I just went to.
Oh.
Yeah, in New York. And he was a wild guy. But, you know, that put him away just too early, you
Garth,
know.
you knew Garth.
Yeah,
I
he's
did
still
too.
around.
Yeah.
I did a show one time in New Orleans, and I looked up in the balcony right above when there was Garth Hudson, and I nearly froze, you know. That's like playing and looking over your shoulder and there's Booker T or something, you
Hey.
know.
Yeah. Garth was real sweet. He was in L.A. when I was living there. Anyway, so I guess that's about it for today. Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm good with it, you know. We talked about the brass note. It's coming around, you
Oh
know.
gosh, yes. Sorry.
Yeah, they're just waiting on a date. You know, when do we want to do it? They're trying to find a date, and it's quite an honor.
Well, we'll let everybody know when that. Give them.
Yeah,
All
we'll let
the
everybody know
information.
about it. You know, and I'm sorry to have been away from the thing for so long, but that's life. You know, I've been busy, and you've been busy, and it's not like we're laying around with a lack of anything to do. You know.
God no. Well, and it's also been extremely hot.
Yeah. Don't like moving, you know, when it's so hot. I don't know what happened, but you know, we're getting crazy weather. It's just nice. It's September, and we're starting
It's
out
not
right.
unusual for Texas, and
No,
quite honestly,
we live in the desert.
I actually went to the Extreme Weather Channel, not Weather Channel, Extreme. It was the history of extreme weather, and in Texas, going back to God, 19 whenever it was they could record weather, and they had 105, 109. I
Yeah.
mean, these temperatures that we're having now. So, yeah.
I'm from the South. It's always hot in the South, you know. It's summertime, man, you're going to burn up, that's for sure. And it's never been so hot. You hear that your whole life when in the South.
Okay, we're probably going to get it just for saying that, but who
Oh,
cares?
that's all right, you know.
All right. Well, say goodbye, and we'll come back.
Yeah, we'll keep you all posted on everything, you know. Try not to stay away so long.